Alright, we're going to be here for the case of Jake versus the United States of America. I believe we have representatives from 3 organizations on the defendant here, which is the officer that was involved, officers that were involved. This is going to be a civil liability case, so we're talking about compensation for the damage to the plaintiff, who is Jake. And so we're going to go ahead and start with opening statements from the plaintiff. So if he wants to go, if the attorney for the plaintiff would like to step forward, go ahead and identify yourself and you can address the jury.
Excuse me, Judge, can you maybe say that again?
The attorney for the plaintiff can go ahead and step forward and identify himself and then address the jury for the opening statement.
Oh, they don't know what that is.
You gotta put it into layman's terms.
You gotta put it in it.
What?
Like English.
They don't dumb it down.
This guy being tried for?
Just go ahead and address the jury and start off like, what's the damage to your client? What do you want as compensation? You know, what happened at the scene? Like, what was the situation? That kind of stuff.
Oh my god, they don't. Oh my god.
They don't know what they're doing.
Do they not know what they're doing?
We should have had a mock trial.
During litigation, we found a bill for the hospital to be $250,000 for multiple
Very good.
surgeries, and we would like to sue for compensatory damages for the bills along with emotional damage for a equal of $750K, as one of his family members died. Since the FBI agents missed the shot and the hostage taker said a code word, and Jake's wife was shot in the back of the head.
Nicholas.
And we're also suing for emotional distress.
Emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and describe for us what happened? Now, usually, in a trial, usually the jury would already be familiar with your complaint. They would already have read it, and we would be arguing the facts. But because we are doing this a little bit differently, you're going to have to describe what happened on the scene on the day. Okay. If you would like to have your client do that, if you don't know all the details, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll have my client talk about that part.
Okay.
So on that very emotional day out there,
This bitch.
I would have my family taken hostage.
Hey, he's playing in the jury.
He was thinking so big
So,
when he walked in here, now he's crying.
This man came up
you wanted
to
to
our
join the
house, and
Sad,
we are
sad
law-abiding citizens in the state of California, and I do not own any firearms. He came in with some firearms. He sent his buddies in, and they were taken somewhere, I don't know, and he told me I had to come with him or they were going to kill my family.
No, Nicholas.
So
you're doing the
I went
opening
with the man.
statements.
I got in the driver's seat of the boat,
Brandon, did they swear in?
and they
Or not yet?
No,
Not yet.
this isn't.
he took another
Oh,
man
yeah,
on with
okay,
him and held a gun to his head and put me in the driving seat and said, "If you don't drive, I'm killing your family." So I drove around, and they were talking, and some dude shot
I'm basically
and
doing
missed,
this instead of making
and
them like
startled
complaints.
me, and I jumped and I hit the gas pedal, and when I did, everyone started shooting, and I didn't know what was happening. I bailed off the boat. I was hit twice, one in my upper left arm and near the shoulder area, which destroyed my rotator cuff, and I had to get that completely rebuilt. And I was also shot in my femur on my right leg. I had to get that completely put back together. I have a lot of metal rods in me now. And it was a very gruesome week in the ICU.
They use plates, not fucking.
I don't have
rods.
medical insurance because taxes are really expensive, and the cost of living's a lot higher than it should be. So I had to pay all out of pocket. I'm still paying back. I'm in debt. About to go bankrupt, and I need this money.
Okay. All right. So just to clarify, like I said, we're doing this instead of doing complaints. So just to clarify, there was a situation with a hostage being taken. That was the plaintiff. The police force responded and attempted to save the hostage, but unfortunately opened fire on the boat where the hostage was and shot the hostage 2 times, resulting in medical injury and emotional distress. That's correct?
There was 2 hostages. I was one of 2.
Okay. You know who was the other hostage? Is that your?
It
is that
was
someone
some-
related to you?
It was some random dude was that hostage. My wife ended up dying because the cop missed his shot.
Your wife. Why was your wife there?
My wife was the part of the family taken.
He shouldn't plead
Okay.
the fifth.
All right,
Or-
I understand.
I don't even
Okay.
know right now. I don't know what
If
these people are
the
gonna
defense
pull.
would like to offer a rebuttal to that story, we haven't sworn you guys in yet. This is all just replacements for the complaint and the response. So if you just want to send your attorney up and offer a rebuttal, you can go ahead and do that.
Hello, Your Honor. I'd like to formally introduce myself. I'm going to be Adrian Diaz, and this is my co-attorney right here.
Hello, officer. I'm Roddy Ridge.
Roddy.
All right. First and foremost, we would like to say that our defendant here is going to be pleading innocent of all charges.
Innocent. He's
There's
pleading.
a malfunction in the
He's
weaponry.
pleading innocent.
We
Oh
tried
Lord.
many times to get the weapon that was involved in the shooting from the sheriff's department. However, they say that it's classified information. And it is classified. We cannot get it from them. There was a malfunction as to why it was
Blaming it
fully
on weapon.
there was a supervisor in charge to command
weapon
the
malfunction.
my
Hold on.
defendant here to shoot the
So the supervisor. You're saying the supervisor authorized force?
the supervisor authorized force, and
Indeed, he did.
he told, I believe it's going to be Officer Foxy. who
Foxy,
gave
get your ass in
permission
fucking game, dog.
Who gave
Get your ass-
permission for my defendant?
Do you have a baby inside you, Attorney Adrian?
It's my phone.
I'm dead.
You need to make sure that
He
phone's
gave
off.
a force and he gave authorization in order for my defendant to shoot his weapon. And as he did so, there was a malfunction in the weapon which caused him to fully auto.
Okay.
It's gonna be
All
a
right.
full
So your story is going to be that there was a malfunction in the weapon that caused you to fire, and you had authorization from your supervisor to fire. Is that correct?
thing. That is gonna be correct, and everything was out of self-defense.
Okay. Are you authorized to represent all three departments that are involved in this case?
I believe I'm only authorized to represent the sheriff's department if any CHP people would let me come to me and tell me if I'm allowed to represent them.
You're good.
There's someone here representing the FBI.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Professor Z,
no, you
if you
don't-
would like, if you can please step up.
Yeah, we can get him up to the stand,
Oh shit.
up to the defendant's
luck,
stand,
Jack.
please.
It's gonna be
Goddamn.
my other co-attorney.
Put it
Alright,
to
so I just
100.
take him to this guy.
Yes, sir. My
Yes.
name is Deputy Director Jack Z of the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The agent who did fire is going to be Director Beasy, as at this time he's out of state right now, so I'm going to be here representing him.
You have invisible man syndrome, Jack.
I
Okay.
do?
We're going to be going ahead and taking a short recess so I can consider these complaints. The jury can discuss amongst themselves the complaints, and then we're going to start the proceedings. Okay.
Alright, I take the jury back
Yes,
to
Your
the
Honor.
mini room. Alright, all the jury
Yes, Your
can
Honor.
fire.
Okay.
Follow me.
I'm going to start this off with. I'm just going to do a kind of an informal. I'm going to talk to the plaintiffs a little bit here. Typically, a judge wouldn't do that,
Jesus.
but this is abnormal circumstances, you could say. So, in a case like this, it would be your job to prove that the police officer in question was not eligible for qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is it's the protection for police officers and government workers who are doing their jobs, and they're doing them the way that they were trained. So, if a police officer shoots somebody and they want to make a claim for civil damages or criminal damages, they would need to first prove that the police officer wasn't doing what he was trained in the course of his duties. So if you want to file a criminal case after this case, which is going to be a civil case, which we're just talking about damages and compensation here, not putting him in jail, not yet anyway. If you want to be able to file a criminal case, then you need to prove that that police officer was not doing what he was trained to do. Okay, you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, defendants? Because I just gave them some help.
I do.
Okay.
The first statement I would like to make is the outrageous $250,000 medical bill for 2 gunshot wounds. I understand the rotator cuff was damaged and had to be replaced, but $250,000 just sounds outrageous and out of this world for the rotator cuff replacement. And I can assure you that it's not that much of a medical bill. At most, this should be $100,000 worth of medical bills, not nowhere close to $250,000. it's even close to $100,000. I'll just say that. I would like the medical bills to be reviewed because I believe they are falsely.
Oh, they are
how
false.
can I say
Yeah,
it?
that would
Falsely
also
advertised,
be
falsely
an
stated.
issue with the
Okay.
hospital, not with the police department.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I believe did I hear 750, not 250? Is that
It
right?
was 250,000.
I'm pretty sure he wants to sue us for 750,000.
And 250,000 of that was medical
Good
damages.
lord.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that correct, attorney plaintiff?
One more time, sorry.
Is that correct? Is that the damages that we're talking about here?
It's 210,000 for medical bills, and the rest we're suing for emotional distress.
If you allow me to interrupt here, so all of a sudden we're down $40,000 in medical bills. Because right here on my notepad it states that $250,000 worth of medical bills.
Okay.
were
Brandon,
issued to
just
you,
tell him to
and
shut
you
up.
were going bankrupt.
Order.
You were
You've raised,
crying up
all
there,
right.
but now
All
you
right.
seem
Order
just
in the
fine.
court. All right. Attorney Adrian, you've raised the point. I understand that point is raised. Talking about how much damages and arguing about damages comes at the end. But you have raised that point, so thank you for raising that for me.
You should probably swear it's all him now.
All right. I'm going to have the bailiff swear in all of the attorneys and the plaintiff and the defendant. So,
How do I do that? All right. How do I swear them in?
hold on. All right. So say I, and then you want to ask them to say I, insert name, swear to tell the whole truth, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I, your name, swear to tell the truth, and swear to tell nothing but the truth.
I, Roddy Rich, swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right.
All right, you may be seated.
All right, we can do it in a group if you want to.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna do your
Step up with
okay.
me. I would like my
you're-
defender to step up with me.
Okay.
Come over. And also Professor Z. Thank you.
I, your name, swear to tell the truth, swear to telling nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I indeed swear to say the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Brandon,
I
Yeah,
Jack Z, swear to
did
tell
you
the truth,
review
nothing
all
but
the
the
evidence?
truth. So help me God.
prior to this?
No,
Okay.
the evidence
All
against
right,
me
you.
presented to me as the
I,
case
Richard
progresses.
Jackson, aka Pop Smoke, swear
I mean,
to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
oh,
so
do you
help
mean
me
the
God.
video?
All right.
No,
now
like
over
the
here.
evidence. They're supposed to submit a good majority.
All right,
of
can you repeat after me?
evidence.
I,
If they were to
Aye.
insert your name,
present some during the
swear
court
to tell the
case, it
truth,
could be
and
given
swear to tell
unfair
nothing but the
Yeah.
truth. So help me
to
God.
plaintiff
So
or the
this
Swear to
has
tell
to
the
be
truth,
kind of
nothing
a
but the
king-
truth. Swear to
This
God.
has to be
Yeah.
kind of a kangaroo court because of the way
Yeah.
we're doing it.
All right.
So,
And
you,
if they do present it,
I,
we're gonna have to go
your
recess
name,
so that way you can
swear to
review
tell
it
the truth
and super
and
yeah,
nothing
well,
but the
I'll
truth.
have them present all of
So
the
help me
evidence in
God.
the first part and then do a recess.
I, Wing, swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oh, good.
Your Honor,
Yes. Attorney,
this man, he didn't say his full name.
which man?
Jesus Christ.
The plaintiff.
This gentleman right here.
Please don't
He
walk near the
ident-
plaintiff.
He identified himself. Is his name on this
No,
case
I got
Jake?
connection
What's his full
interrupted.
name on this case?
Brian Jake Hunt.
Okay. Well, do you swear to tell the
Yeah, I
whole
got
truth,
connection interrupted.
Brian Jacon?
Me too.
I do.
Okay, we're going to start off with the plaintiffs.
still here.
You're going to present your evidence that like I told you earlier, you need to prove that the qualified immunity is going to be void. So go ahead and present your evidence. Go ahead
The
and
thing is,
make your
the
arguments.
officers
and
never
then
went
we'll
and
have a
checked on the Jake's family over there.
Hey, Michael, can you get a few minutes to go check that explosion outside?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
They never checked on Jake over there. He washed up on the shore, and some random civilian a pedestrian came by and found him. The officers never went looking for him or anything like that.
If I may object, so he had 2 gunshot wounds and
He had
just
2
happened
gunshot
to.
wounds.
How long was he up ashore?
That was I don't know the exact time he was. But I know at the time they were pretty close to shore, so it may not have been too long. But the officers never went and checked on him at all.
All right, overruled.
And
You
where
can go
was the
ahead and
shot again?
rebut. You're overruled. You can go ahead and rebut his statements in your counter defense. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that it?
May I step up?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Do you have any evidence you'd like me to present to the judge?
Okay.
Currently they
My
are.
first piece of evidence
Currently,
was
they're
given
locked.
to the juror before this court session. It was the body cam evidence found on Brian M's body cam footage, which shows where the body cam.
Sound resumed.
I feel bad.
What's up?
Which shows where the
His brother
the
is
body cam
screaming in the
footage
back.
One of
shows
your relatives is up on the stand.
where the weapon was shot fully automatic, which should have never been the case. These weapons are programmed to shoot semi-automatic, as fully automatic weapons are in the United States of America unless it's the armed forces. Other
And he is not lying.
Okay.
I'll be
and
back
we
down
would
in a
also like to
second. Give me
say
a
that,
second.
like stated earlier, he was given a order
Hang on.
Oh.
We gotta go over.
He was given a lawful order to shoot the suspect. And I don't know about you guys, but if someone's holding a gun to somebody's head and he's just driving off, and he's opposing a threat, and you're getting an order from your higher ups, what would you do? Would you just ignore the order, or are you gonna follow the order? I mean, this is your job on the line. I'm talking here, and you know, that's really all I gotta say. And I'm just gonna say, I don't know why the medical bills weren't appointed to you and weren't appointed here in the evidence. When he came off in the beginning, he stated that it was $250,000 worth of medical bills, and shortly after he stated it was $210,000 worth of medical bills. What did he shave? Did he like cut a piece off the paper and just said, "Oh, that's $40,000 out the drain"?
It looks like your client would like to speak to you, Attorney Adrian.
I'll allow him to go up.
Excuse me,
Let him
Mr.
speak by himself. All right.
Jack.
You can do that. Adrian,
All right,
just
so
allow him to go up there.
so I don't have this evidence.
Who just moaned?
Who is that?
Who was that, bro?
I think that was Triangle.
Is he
All right,
in here?
all right. So I'm not
Yeah,
have
that's
this.
Seabell.
I'm not gonna have this evidence on me. But what's it called? Oh, so basically,
Yeah, figures.
when we were running his name, cause he came back to the hospital with came back with like a hospital what's it called, hospital robe or something, whatever it's called, and with a IV thing.
So am I. Nick, I'll be honest.
We like ran his name, and his name never came back in the what's it called? His name never came back in the system. So I don't know if this man is like lying about his name, Judge.
All right. You can go ahead and return to the
All right.
the defendant's.
Thank you.
We're gonna play the evidence footage. If the bailiff can set that up for me. The jurors and the scans can go ahead and watch it on their personal units. Check the general channel on Discord.
If I may interrupt, Your Honor.
Sure, Attorney Adrian.
So my client here states that when he was shooting the weapon and it did shoot fully automatic, he wasn't able to stop the weapon from shooting. That's why, you know, they continued to shoot until it finally stopped. He dropped his weapon down.
I'll play it up on my stream.
And that's
I
when
got
the
you guys.
shooting ended.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead and play it on the screens.
That's how you, bro. Let me. That's how you, bro.
129 to all units. I have
So I get my money?
Echo 12
I take the
to
shot.
10, no, Echo 12 to Fed 1, take the shot if it's clear.
Oh lord.
Okay, hold on.
Oh lord.
Oh,
I got him.
Work.
What the hell? You guys killed everybody! What the fuck? Yo, wait.
The fucking bullet.
Son that is getting charged.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone should have played it.
Okay, we're gonna give you another 10 or 15 seconds or so to just make sure everybody's seen the clip.
So, okay. You already know though.
Okay, after watching that clip, I think now would be a good time to hear from the FBI. If the FBI would like to step forward and make a statement for me and tell me what happened there. We did see that the FBI agent in question missed his shot, so if we could get some explanation as to what happened there.
Alright, firm, sir.
So,
Alright,
do
is
you
it
have any-
okay? No, sorry, I do not have any evidence up
Alright.
here at this time.
Excuse me, officer.
Sir, ma'am.
Alright, so after
stand
reviewing
that
the
stand.
clip that I was provided back at the office and everything,
I got
this time
explosive
the
diarrhea.
director was
Do you have
not
a
the
bathroom?
person who had
The
decided
bathroom
to
is
fire
in
the
the
shot. I
hallways.
believe it was a CHP
Please
officer
not
under the
interrupt
name
the
of
courthouse.
Foxy. He was
Thank
the
you.
one who told my director, if you
Sugar.
have a clear shot, please
Ma'am.
take it at the hostage taker. He therefore went ahead
sit
once he
down.
had the A-OK and the shot was clear. He went ahead and took a shot at the hostage taker. Before he was able to get a shot off, whoever was driving the boat therefore started to move the boat, and then therefore go ahead and misfired the shot. So that is how the director of the FBI did go ahead and miss his shot. The boat was moving after he fired his shot, which therefore made where the bullet was going at a different direction. So I'm just here to say that if all went well and if the boat wasn't moving, the shot would have been good.
Okay, Mr. Deputy Director, in your opinion,
Yes, sir, Judge.
what would be the correct course of action for the officers on the scene to take after the shot was missed by the FBI sniper?
If it was up to me and if I was there on the scene after the first initial shot went ahead and missed and after the boat did go ahead and start to move, I would have advised all officers to stop shooting because at that point we would not have known who is driving the boat, if it is a hostage taker, if it is a hostage, and we would not want to injure anyone. So at that point my director did stop firing. He only fired one bullet and it was a misfire. I believe that it hit the boat. So he was the one who initially stopped firing because he had realized that his shot is missed and he cannot properly identify who the hostage taker is or who the hostage is.
If I may add to that,
I appreciate you being candid, Mr. Deputy Director. Attorney Adrian, go ahead.
I would like to add to that. So as he said, as Deputy Director Jack Z said, he stated that in a perfect world, you know, he would have advised all the officers to stop shooting, just because you don't know who's really on that boat. However, the client over here was not advised to stop shooting. He was advised to take the shot. Where then he took the shot and there was a malfunction in the weapon, causing it to fully automatic fire.
Shit.
And
They brought up a good.
my client would like to say something.
All right, Your Honor, I would admit to killing one person, but the person was the guy with the gun.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is there a bathroom?
Are you
in
kidding
here?
me?
Bailiff,
Alright,
can you have
somebody
her
report
escort,
her.
have her escorted from the...
Alright, man.
Alright.
Out.
Hey,
Out.
Your
Get
Honor.
her out right now.
Hey.
Out.
Alright, race. What is this?
Calm down, guys. Let me do it.
Hey, Your Honor.
I'm just about to kick her.
Hey, Your Honor.
Okay, I kind of got her for some reason.
Why is there 3 people
already
on
gone.
one
Okay,
person?
back up, guys. Ma'am,
You can
walk
go
out.
ahead and
Let's
put her
go.
in cuffs if you need to, bailiffs. Just
Hey, I
please
mean,
remove
you
her
are
from the
agent.
court.
You are just
Wait.
keep
Your Honor.
controlling. Yeah, you can't
There
really-
he goes. DC.
He's
Or put me
Houdini.
in cuffs.
Alright,
that's
thank
fine.
you, bailiffs.
All right, Your Honor, may I keep speaking?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so like I was saying, so yeah,
Is he watching porn?
Oh.
all right, Your Honor. So,
I got him.
holy shit.
Tugboats.
What the
tugboats.
fuck?
The fuck?
All right, so let's keep going. All right, so basically, so I admit to killing the guy that had the gun to his head, which clearly you can see in the video, which I've reviewed a couple times.
He shouldn't be talking.
You clearly can hear
Yeah,
me
no.
say,
He's fucking
I
himself
got
up.
him,
He is fucking himself
or yeah, I
up,
got
bro.
him, and
They
the guy
had
that I
it
got
won.
was the man that was
Now they're
holding the gun
fucking.
to the
He's fucking
hostage's
himself
head.
up,
I never
bro.
killed the hostage.
Oh
So-
my lord, why
so
is
yeah.
he
Yeah.
speaking, bro?
May I call a witness up to stand?
They're calling me.
One moment. I'm going to
They're
ask
calling me.
Attorney Adrian and Attorney Roddy on behalf of their client. Is your client aware of the use of force case, Tennessee versus
Oh
Gardner?
my god, he is fucking us up. Oh
just
my
ruined
god,
his-
he just fucked himself up.
Okay, so
Oh
in
my
the
lord.
Tennessee versus Garner case, it was established that force will always be up to the discretion of the officer that is about to use the force. So in no case can a supervisor or even the sheriff of the department authorize the use of force where
He
no
just
use of
fucked
force is
himself
necessary.
up, bro.
And Tennessee versus Garner specifically provides examples that show in a case where a suspect is fleeing.
No, it is.
that
He
deadly
just
force should
admitted to
not be
killing
used.
somebody.
And
He just
especially when
admitted
you have
to
a
killing
hostage
someone
on hand,
while they
you
were
know,
leaving.
in that kind of a situation,
He fucked himself up.
I mean, connect the dots yourself, but Tennessee versus Garner would
That's a
definitely
rip.
be the case of reference for this.
I would like to add on to that.
He just
Oh no.
Okay, go ahead.
As stated in the beginning of the court case, you I believe it was yourself, Your Honor, who stated that this does have to play a big part on the training that was given to the officer.
Right.
I can assure you that the Tennessee versus Gardner case was not brought up during the training. I can assure you that during the training, all sheriff officers are
He's
told
absolutely right
that
about
they
that.
must listen to
But
their
no,
higher ups, and I can
we
have
do
any
teach
sheriff
that
in here tell you the same
use of
thing.
force is ultimately up to you.
They are told to listen to their higher ups, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All action must be taken behind their higher ups.
He is Brandon, go back on mute.
Okay, who are your witnesses
He
that you're bringing up
he
to the
wasn't
stand
lying.
today?
They're
I
pulling
would
me.
like to bring up Brian M. to the
Oh
stand
fuck
today.
me.
Okay, and is there anybody else that you're bringing up to?
No.
Hey, my honor.
Okay, so that's going to be the
Your
only.
Honor.
Oh yeah, Attorney Cody, go ahead.
Hey, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney Cody, go ahead.
We weren't aware of any witnesses involved in this.
We can take a short recess if you'd like to prepare the questions that you'd like to ask the witness. The witness is the 2-star of the sheriff's department. Is that correct?
3-star, I think.
Yes, we would like to
2-star.
take a recess.
Okay, we're gonna take a short recess to prepare for the witness.
They're probably gonna cross-examine me too.
All
my God.
rise for Honorable Judge Brandon Stark.
Oh, both parties are gonna question you.
For sure.
You may now be seated.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Alrighty, so we're gonna have a witness called to the stand by the defendants. We're going to allow the defendants to question first, and then the plaintiffs to question them afterwards. Okay. So can we get was that? Oh, I don't know his
Chief
title,
Deputy.
but we get the witness in place, Brian.
All right. If you could come follow me, sir.
Brian's invisible for me.
Stand right there in the box. Thank you.
You have to swear him in. You have to
Yeah,
So
flex your
I-
F2,
Alright.
Brian's.
Alright, I'm gonna swear you in. I insert your name.
I,
Swear
Brian
to
M.
tell the truth.
Swear to
Swear to tell nothing but the
nothing
truth.
but the
So help
truth.
me God.
So help me God.
Alright.
Yeah, God.
Quiet.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right, Mr. Chief Deputy, we're going to have the defendants go ahead and question you.
Alright.
Whichever attorney would like to do that can step forward.
Brian
Here
M.,
goes nothing.
can you describe the situation?
Yep. So
Like how it all went from start to
Yep.
finish?
So me and Pop Smoke were dispatched to a 911 call about someone being kidnapped. We show up to scene. We see 2 black jeeps pull into the you can say lake. They hop onto the boat. After they hop onto the boat, my bad. They start discussing. We start negotiating, trying to get the person back. At that point in time is where the body cam footage shows Foxy, the CHP officer that was currently deployed as HRU, say, take the shot, Fed 1. Fed 1 took the shot, missed, and then that's where the full auto came from both parties.
Now during recess, myself and Roddy Rich reviewed over the footage. Can you tell them what we saw, Roddy Rich?
So, in the footage, we carefully reviewed it many times. You could tell in the footage that my officer here, Bashar Jackson, he shot the hostage taker, while at the same time, the Fed 1, he hostage and gave the 2 bullet wounds to him.
I don't know.
Can you
if,
repeat?
like,
Can you
I
repeat
don't-
it again?
We carefully reviewed the footage of your body. It's your body cam, right?
Yes.
We carefully reviewed it, and we reviewed the final review that my officer here, Bashar Jackson, he took the shot at the hostage taker, but the Fed won. He's the one that shot the hostage.
Nope.
Negative.
Please know that this was after many times of review.
Fed one only took one shot, and it was the sniper bullet that hit the railroad.
You can check the footage yourself.
It's my footage. He
Make
missed.
sure you place your binoculars on while watching it. All right.
Yep.
You were actually there. They weren't.
I was there.
All right, sir. We have no further questions for you. Thank you very much for your help.
No worries.
Okay. The plaintiff's attorney may step forward and ask questions.
I'm actually interested to see where this goes.
Ryan, you may be seated.
No, not
Oh,
yet.
never mind.
He's gonna ask me questions now. Yeah, he man.
Okay. What is your badge number, rank, and name, sir?
My badge number is 1 Samuel 4. Rank Chief Deputy. And
Name?
name Brian M.
Okay. In your eyes, do you think this is moral and justified?
Can you repeat that again?
In your eyes, do you think this is moral and justified? Like what happened?
No.
Morally?
I'm going to go ahead and say, Attorney Cody, we're dealing with the facts here, not opinions. So if you could go ahead and ask him factual questions.
Okay, then
Hit him with the
how
note.
does your officer have a fully auto weapon when his standard duty weapon
Objection!
is semi-auto?
That's a good objection. That's an objection.
I have an objection.
Yes, would you like to state your objection?
It was an out of character.
All
It was an OC.
sheriffs are handed semi-automatic weapons.
You heard?
Now, while shooting the weapon,
He said
where
it
he
was
was
an
ordered
OC,
to,
but-
and it's up to officer discretion whether or not he shall shoot his weapon in self-defense, or if he feels that his life is endangered, and he certainly felt that his life was endangered. It was a weapon malfunction, therefore leading to it of shooting fully automatic. That is my objection, Your Honor.
Okay, but there is no way a weapon
On top of
malfunction
that,
in that way.
after
One
further
moment, Attorney Cody.
after further investigation of the footage, he did not even shoot the hostage. He shot the hostage taker.
Up in my yeah, that's what they're pleading right now, Alan.
And the hostage taker is that the hostage taker over there across from me, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
Is that the hostage taker over there, Your Honor? Oh, the hostage taker is dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the hostage that's suing you. Are you not aware of
Okay,
that?
I'm not a. I really don't understand why the hostage
Okay.
is
All
suing
right.
us.
So
in the
to
first
address your points, you would need to prove that the rifles that are issued to the sheriff's department are automatic rifles that are modified to be semi-automatic rifles instead of just semi-automatic rifles. For the purposes of argument here, unless you have an expert witness that can tell me that this rifle malfunctioned and turned into an automatic rifle magically, I'm going to go ahead and
See,
overrule
Brandon's
your
the best
objection.
judge out here, though.
Now, may I add to that?
No need to add.
All of
No
these
need to
weapons
add.
are
Oh, my
semi-automatic
word.
weapons.
That's correct.
There's no on and off switch whether to whether or
Right,
not
you only
they're
use that
fully
'cause it was an
automatic.
OC.
I'm letting
Exactly.
you know
That's what I'm
that there
saying.
was a weapon there was a
They didn't
malfunction
record it
in the
on
weapon
part.
causing it to shoot fully
Nicholas,
automatic.
the only reason
it's not
they
like
brought
an
that
officer
up,
chose to shoot fully automatic, Your Honor.
But I feel
So you're
bad for him.
saying that there was a malfunction in the semi-automatic weapon to somehow make it fire more quickly. I apologize for that sound.
That's not how it works, but okay.
If my defender would like to add on to
The
what
only reason
happened, I
they
believe
brought
he
it up
told
is
me when we were
considered an
speaking
OC,
earlier
that's
that
what
the
Jersey
trigger
Boy said.
got stuck down onto the weapon and causing it to shoot fully automatically. I don't know how, but that is just how it happened.
And you're saying that we don't have
And
access to
when
the
we went
web.
when we went
Hey,
to the
can I
sheriff's
carry on with
department,
my question?
when we went up to the sheriff's department, we were told that we could not investigate the weapon. And
Okay, so you can't prove anything that you're saying, is what you're saying.
He fucked himself up, bro. He fucked
We're not allowed to.
Okay, understood. Overruled. Go ahead, Attorney. Cody.
They would be allowed to.
They would be.
Again, Cody would not
Officer,
randomly go on top of his head.
Brian, I believe it is. What
Mhm.
action did you take following this incident?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I went to the station. Alright. I I needed a new SSD card because my footage was full. That's it.
Okay. Your reaction to this situation showed that you were unpleasant with the actions. Why did you not step in?
He's pulling. Okay.
Got you there,
I'll
Brian.
just step it in. Can you repeat that question again?
Okay, your reaction to the situation showed you were unpleasant with the actions. Why did you not step in at that moment?
That's leading on a little bit. You can ask him what actions he would have taken to stop it from happening, or the reasoning why he didn't. But you can't infer his reaction to the situation.
Okay, let me reword that then. Why did you not have the officer stop shooting then?
Because at the moment, I was not active sync
so
command.
quick.
As if one thing led to another. Foxy, the actual person that was HRU that ordered the shot. After the shot was taken, it just went 1, 2, 3, and it happened quickly.
However, you are the 03, aren't you?
I'm 04.
04, meaning
Do you have an
no
objection to
say.
make, Adrian?
I do have many objections to make.
Then go ahead and say objection and tell me what your objection is.
My objection is he's the 04. He has plenty of say as to whether or not he should be shooting or not. All right. As I said earlier.
Go ahead.
And
meaning even though he is the 04, the person who is active scene command at that time will take over all tactical communications, and if lethal force is authorized, even though lethal force is up to the officer's discretion, it can be advised by the scene command if they are to use it or not.
Which
Yep.
which was both cases. He was
I wouldn't
authorized and he did feel fear for his life.
I don't see any procedural issues here, so overruled. Go ahead, Attorney Cody.
May I add that there's no evidence that Pop Smoke killed anyone? Oh, isn't that a big plot twist? There was plenty of shots fired by 3 officers.
He
Where's
goes
the
in like
evidence that
I don't
Pop Smoke
understand.
was the
He
one
goes
who
in
shot
the right
officer?
line and then he
Isn't
turns.
that a plot twist for you guys?
The adjudication of facts that we're doing here, that is that the hostage was shot twice. We have medical expenses to prove that he did go to the hospital and he did get treated. We're not talking about. We're not
Your
talking.
Honor, that were reduced by $40,000
Attorney Adrian,
in
if
a
you
matter of
continue
5
to
minutes.
if you continue to interrupt me, I'm going to have you removed from the courtroom.
Oh.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Order in the court, please. Order in the court.
So the trial we're having right now, the case we're having right now, is in regards to this man and this man alone. It has nothing to do with the men who were shot on the boat. There was a family involved. I don't think he's even brought a cause of action for his family. Only the emotional distress, which they're going to have to prove with some kind of an expert if they have that. If not, then that's going to be an
The
issue.
jury is
that I'm
raising
gonna
their
have to
hand.
decide. But right now we're talking about medical expenses and emotional distress, and that's it. There's no
Objection.
deaths in this case. Go ahead.
All right. So, something Officer Brian forgot to add that when he came, because he came to the he came to the sheriff's station in Sandy, and
Why
he
is
came
the
with his
jury
IV,
raising
like how I
their
said
hand?
when I was up to
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
I was
Jury
up to
do
stand,
that?
and he came with
No.
a guy.
They're
I'm
just
guessing
supposed
he
to be
was his
observing.
nurse, and we ran his name, and his name never popped up. So Your Honor, this man could be lying here about everything.
Why is he raising his hand?
Because
Hey,
that
objection.
name.
Yep. Attorney Cody.
Yeah. When he came to the sheriff's station, I believe that was a week later after he got a few surgeries
week?
done, and he was
Was
back
literally right
at
after.
Sandy Medical. Sandy Medical.
Objection.
Go ahead.
Brian J. Hunt.
So
Steal
let me.
that mic.
So
Steal
I
that
also
mic.
have to object that because it was later that night he came out. He didn't come out a week
still
later. He
would've been
came.
surgery and
He came out
recovery at the
later that
hospital.
night, and you can ask Officer Brian
Either
over there.
story is
So
making sense.
yeah, and let me also keep on with this thing.
Nicholas.
Brian J.
Nicholas,
Hunt
you
does
should
not
do
come
this.
up. Did not come up in our system when we searched for his name. So
It does not come up in the
Now, may
system.
I add?
That's
Okay.
true.
He doesn't
Uh,
at all.
If I can just say really quick, does this affect the proceedings at all? How does this affect
You're leading
whether
on to
or not
something
you have
that doesn't
medical
do anything.
expenses and the damage?
It gives you a
involved?
different aspect on the house as to how we were treated. Now let me add, we don't know who he is, we don't know his records or anything. Now let me also add to this. There were 3 officers shooting, 2 officers and 1 FBI agent. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that Pop Smoke is the one who shot this man?
There was
Where's
a
the
video.
evidence?
We watched it on the screen.
Now, are you gonna slow mo the video and see the
Is this
bullet
just a
trails?
hearing?
Pop Smoke never hit him.
What?
Is
Or
that
who are you saying
Pop
did hit
Smoke.
him?
I'm not
Pop
saying.
Smoke-
I'm not
one
saying.
moment,
It
Your
was
Honor,
anyone
can I
in
continue
the
with my
US.
questions?
I'm not saying it
One
was
moment.
anybody
No,
else.
we're doing an objection. They do have a right to do that. Pop Smoke admitted that he shot him. Right here, he swore himself.
Hostage take.
Now Pop
he
Smoke
swore
admitted that he
himself
shot the
in.
hostage taker.
Okay.
He didn't.
Who else
he-
would have
he
shot?
did state
Who else
that.
would have shot them?
There was two other officers shooting as well. Now why are we gonna sit here and okay, can I also add to this? Both of those
Well,
other
watch him
officers
turn
are
it
not
on,
present in
BZ.
this court case. We are the ones being sued for this.
That's correct.
When there was two other officers that were there as well shooting their weapons. Valuable witnesses
representing-
in this case. And I'm
You are-
over here representing Pop Smoke because he's the one being sued.
Oh, you better step
There's
up.
no clear evidence that he was the one who shot the officer. There was two
All
other
right.
officers shooting. Now, why is he the one to be blamed? Yes, he did admit that he shot the hostage taker. He did not admit that he
I
shot the
love how
hostage.
the juries
Never
that
once did
were
that come
are
out of
dressed in
my,
white and you are dressed in
defendant's
black.
mouth.
Okay. You can go ahead and sit down.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank you for the follow, Cody.
Wait,
moment.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
One moment, please.
Yes, sir.
They do have a point. We should have a representative from the sheriff's department here too.
Yeah. No.
Newman.
Newman.
What?
Newman.
No from CHP. We need one from CHP to represent
I was gonna
Foxy.
say,
I'll represent Sheriff.
No.
No.
Newman.
No, fine.
You need a
just
CHP
continue
guy.
with
Your Honor,
that.
can I
Jersey's
continue
right
with my
there.
questions?
Get Jersey. Just
Get Jersey. Yeah, get Jersey. Get Jersey.
Your Honor.
Jersey to represent. What's his rank?
CHP. He's a major.
Major.
Here, hold on. Give me a second.
He's
Your
the
Honor.
highest on CHP here.
Yes.
Is it okay if I go ahead and call Jersey Bride up to the stand and to be over here with us as a representative from CHP because no other representative from CHP is here at this time? And is it also okay if I request a 5-minute recess?